Have you heard about this news?
I have not.
So I know Nick will get a kick out of this because he's been.
Is this what he was talking about?
Yeah, this is what he was talking about.
Because I kept reading his post and I'm like, Nick, what are you talking about?
So Samsung is reportedly recalling the Galaxy Note 7. And if you don't know what's been going on, there's been cases of people charging their phone. Like there's been a failure in the charging, but there's been some people their phones have actually exploded while it's been charging. Yes.
Wow.
So Nick's been posting iPhones don't explode.
That's true.
But it's just really interesting. According to Yonhap News Agency, and a Samsung official has said the recall is due to issues with a battery issue in the Galaxy Note 7 that in a few instances is causing the device explode while being charged. According to the official who wished to remain anonymous, Samsung is planning to announce the results in the investigation. Products installed with problematic battery account for less than 0.1% of the entire volume sold. The problem can simply be resolved by changing the battery, but we'll come up with convincing measures for our consumers.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that you don't let get past final check.
Yeah, that's something like that gets done before they're even shipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them in a lab and they're charging one just explodes. I'm like, I'm just sure that's a fluke. And then like 3 more explodes, but like, let's just not tell anyone.
My thought on this, and it's not an iPhone, so it's automatically inferior.
Exactly.
And iPhones don't explode.
They don't explode.
That's the episode title. iPhones don't explode.
Oh, so you know how this whole podcast comes out on Friday free?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want it early...
You don't want to wait till Friday.
No. Because then you've got everything else. You got the weekend.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. If you want it early, and our other podcast early, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Just put down $5. That's all you get. $5. And you get a bonus episode each month, which this bonus episode for this month is with Jeremy Branch of Be Terrible Studios.
And it was a very good episode.
Very good episode. We talked about what our greatest fears were.
It usually goes from not serious at all to just, and then you bring in the heavy-hitting topic.
Exactly.
I hope you do that every month.
I'm going to try to do it every month until I run out of serious things, and it's going to just get really off the wall.
Then we're just going to get weird.
Yeah, weird.
Weird.
But yeah, check us out over at patreon.com/nerdcave. Guys, you can find from early access to awesome things from where we're sending you stuff. If you pledge $15 or more, when you get 2 months in, you get one of our awesome t-shirts. So make sure you're doing that. Help support us, keep the lights on, and help us achieve some of the stuff that we really want to do in the Nerd Cave, because we've got some pretty lofty goals.
We do.
Lofty goals. That's how you do it. But big shout out to all the people that have been supporting us in August. I appreciate it and look forward to what we can do this month.
Absolutely.
In September. But moving on, we've got some questions. Asking all them questions if I can get up to it.
There we are.
There we are. So every week we ask, what's your topic? What's your question that you want us to talk about? And surprisingly, Derek Daniel doesn't have 5 of them on here this week.
It's not a thesis.
Yeah, it's not a thesis, which is very, very interesting. He says, in the spirit of college football, any sleeper teams that you have making the playoffs?
Well, I will say this. If you were listening earlier, you heard a ESPN notification. This was breaking news. Number 3 Oklahoma upset by number 15 Houston, 33-23. And it's Houston's first win against a top 3 team since 1984.
Dang.
Which I've been hearing good things about Houston. I mean, they were pretty good last year, and they brought their whole team back. So, I mean, they could be a possibility. I will say I haven't followed the whole world of college football as much as I have in years past, just because I've been so busy with work. Yeah. I'm excited to see what Florida does.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really don't know a whole lot about them for this year either.
Got a really good stable of quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, they can all be better than Trayon Harris.
Well,
from last year.
we have 3 or 4 that are really,
that can be pretty good. Yeah,
really top line
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
So we'll have to see. As far as sleeper teams, I'll go with right now what's going to be the sleeper pick for at least probably the next couple of weeks. I'll go with Houston.
Okay. I'm going to say Florida.
I hope you're right.
I'm going to say Florida. Florida's going to be very good this year, and they're going to be top notch.
I really hope so.
And I'm getting to see them next week. So
I'm so jealous of that. You get the box suites and everything.
you know,
That's awesome.
I did ask our awesome community, and we'll come back to Derek's second question. Who do you think will win the national championship this year? Devin Bracken said Troy University, of course. My alma mater.
The sound of the South.
You know, anything's possible. I would love to see Troy make a run for it. I think in about 15 years they'll be able to. I really do, because they're getting such a big alumni base, and the bigger your alumni base is, the more finances you can pull in from that alumni base. So in 15 years, I see Troy being one of those schools.
That would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people around here would go nuts. Because I know so many people. I work with several people who went to Troy. Like, my uncle went to Troy.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Troy. That would be insane.
I know a guy named Troy.
I do too.
He didn't go to Troy.
No, he went to USC and he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ow. Robbie Rawls said if Houston can fix their defense, they could do it. I think they fixed their defense today. Ryan Bird said LSU, Gauks, Tigers. That's how I read it.
No, LSU's not going to do it.
Yeah, LSU. Adam Gumbert said Ohio State.
No.
Hopefully not. And Robbie replied to that, they will lose to Michigan.
I agree with that.
Chris Pierce said UNR. What is UNR?
No idea.
That sounds like a terrorist organization. I'm going to just sound...
Or a really bad hospital.
Yeah. Robbie Rawls said, but I hope it's Alabama. And then Alan Roberts said, I'll let you know after the Alabama game tonight.
I think they have to be considered the favorite right now, but anything can happen in college football. I mean, look, I just read the number 3 team got upset.
By number 15.
Yeah, so anything can happen. It's way too early to tell.
I'm going to resist that joke. Then he also said, any teams that are favorites to win or make the playoff you feel might either not make it or be disappointments.
Well, Oklahoma's not going to make it now because they're in a weak conference and they've already had one loss, so they're done.
Yeah.
I won't say they're favorites, but I know a lot of people are on the Tennessee bandwagon, and they barely beat Appalachian State the other night. I just don't think that they're going to make any type of run. Like, people are saying they are going to win the East and possibly make the playoffs, and I'm like, no.
No, it seems like every year it's either Georgia or Tennessee people are super stoked about, and they get halfway through the season and they've lost all the gas.
Yeah.
They can't go out and do any more. You look at Florida last year, they had new coach McElwain come in 10-2 with an offense that he did not build. 10-2. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And you don't hear any hype behind Florida as much as it should be.
No.
Which is fine.
I'd rather it be that way, to be honest.
And
like,
then,
it's kind of cool because normally I follow like every practice. I know like everybody on the roster, but this year I really don't. And it's kind of adding a new bit of excitement because I really don't know what to expect when the game comes on tonight. So
yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't learn people's names on any team unless it's Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Favre.
Clay Matthews.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Tim Tebow, Christopher Leak. That's about it.
Yeah.
About it. I don't learn linebacker number 4. Whatever. It's not me.
It's all right.
That's not my kind of game. But
all right.
little fun quiz here. What's Tennessee's fight song?
Rocky Top?
Nope.
What is it?
It's Down the Field.
Really?
Yep. Found that out this week because I'm arranging fight songs for something that we're doing with a band and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I looked up and it was like, Rocky Top's not the fight song for Tennessee.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's Down the Field.
Hmm.
So when they scored, they played Down the Field. Rocky Top's just a song that everybody knows.
It's a very obnoxious one, too.
I actually like Rocky Top, but I don't like Tennessee.
There's a guy that used to work for us. He's a huge Tennessee fan, and he actually told me that going into last season, the only game he wanted them to win was against Florida because they haven't done it in 10 years up to that point. And for those that watched it, Florida won on like a last-minute field goal miss by Tennessee.
Yeah.
And this guy that I was talking with actually said that he ripped his shirt off and then threw it and just started cussing like crazy because he was so upset.
That makes my day.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think Boise State will be favorited for some odd reason.
They haven't been relevant in a long
No, they
time.
always. It's somehow always Boise State gets favorited for whatever reason. I think it's the blue field. I think it's
Maybe.
blue meth.
Could be.
That's what I think it is.
Sounds like I need to go to Boise State.
I don't know. Like pretty much anybody that's not in the SEC or ACC are kind of irrelevant in football, in my opinion. You know, USC's always out there. Notre Dame is usually a bigger name in there. You know, you've got Oregon, the Ducks, and those are usually your outliers.
With the West Coast, you've got USC and Oregon. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame will always be relevant because they're Notre Dame.
Yeah. Ohio State.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah. Michigan, I think, not this year, but next year could win it all.
I just don't want Ohio State to win anything.
No.
I'm being honest, just because of what Urban Meyer did.
He's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
Yep.
Big old jerk.
He's a jerk face.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Who would you think would win? No, hold on. I'm going to give you who the opponents are. Urban Meyer versus Steve Spurrier in a fisticuff.
Oh, Spurrier would kill him. Because Spurrier, this is what would happen. Steve Spurrier, to me, is a lot like Ric Flair. I'll use a wrestling term. He will low blow, he will chop, he will bite. But I would love every second of it.
Oh, yeah.
See, the difference between those two is people will call Steve Spurrier a jerk just like Urban Meyer, but at least Spurrier's honest about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about him is that he will tell you what he thinks and he does not care what you think.
Yeah. The old ball coach.
Yeah. God, I love Steve Spurrier. There was a press conference he did. Something happened to the Auburn library. And I think it like caught on fire or something and there was like fire damage to it. And he said, it's a shame that Auburn's library burned because they hadn't finished coloring in all the books yet. And I'm just like,
oh, that was good.
or calling Florida State Free Shoes University.
Oh, criminals.
Oh, God.
Oh, and then
We've lost our entire Florida State listenership.
we have, but
But that's okay. Jinx.
Sarah Ann Myers, this will be our last one. She said an interesting article about a town in California that wants to change their name from Lompoc to Pokemon. In an effort to capitalize on ongoing popularity of Pokemon Go, augmented reality video game officials at the Lompoc Valley Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau are planning a proposal for the Lompoc City Council to approve the official, albeit brief, change of the city's name to a variation of Pokemon. We don't want to put put the cart before the horse. Chelsea Cohen, executive assistant, blah, blah, blah. We want Nintendo's approval before we move forward with anything. We realize that it's a quirky idea, adding that more information, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about that?
I'm still laughing
I
about
am
the
too.
Auburn coloring book joke. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalize on popularity. But I don't think it's a good idea just because eventually the popularity will die down. And then what are you going to do? You're still going to have your city called Lum Pokemon?
Yeah, I can see why. I don't think it's going to bring any kind of revenue into the city.
Here's what they should do. Maybe do like a weekend where they change the name to Lum Pokemon and they do like a huge town-wide Pokemon Go event.
That would be cool.
You can market the heck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then do it like a Friday through a Sunday, and then Monday it goes back to its original name.
Lompoc.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
Chicken pock.
Chicken
That's what I
pox.
would change it.
Chicken pock.
Chicken pot pie.
I could go for some chicken pot pie. I love that picture, by the way.
Oh.
For those, you can't really see the monitor, but Luke posted a picture of Hank, Peggy, and Bobby Hill as Dragon Ball Z characters.
Hank's Vegeta, Peggy is Bulma, and Bobby
Is Trunks.
It's great.
I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, I tell you what.
Propane. Propane accessories. Oh, guys, if you want awesome content like that we're looking at right now, you can check it over at facebook.com/nerdcave or search Nerd Cave in the search bar. Guys, you can go over support us at patreon.com/nerdcave. You can get this episode early and all of our other awesome content as well. September bonus episode. The higher you go, it's all listed out there. We have a goal, all of that good stuff. Check it out. And guys, if you can't support us over there, we understand. You can get this on Friday. All of it, one place. YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play.
Mm-hmm.
But we also cut it up segment by segment throughout the week on YouTube. So if you're just curious that day, be like, what did they talk about? Did they make fun of Auburn? If that question is burning in your mind.
I feel like... No, I won't go that far. I was going to say have a coloring book thumbnail with the Auburn logo on it.
iPhones don't explode.
Oh, God.
Oh, so where else can they find us?
We are all over social media. We are on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us at Nerd Cave Vids. We also have a great Facebook group, which we got these awesome questions from. Just go to Facebook and search for Nerd Cave. And, of course, we have all our podcasts throughout the week. We have Nerd Cave Retro on Mondays, Fantasy Football for Nerds on Wednesday, the Derek Diamond Experience Thursday, Nerd Cave Podcast Friday, and Pop Culture Palette on Saturday.
So, guys, thanks for coming along the ride. That was episode 174.
Almost to 200.
Yeah. We got to do something special.
We do.
Nerd Cave After Dark.
Yes.
So, guys, this has been Zach.
And Derek.
Have a week.